Hello guys, how are you? Today again with the doors, my god. Don't you shut up with the doors again. Just 2 more videos to go on the doors. I will do a window regulator one right now. I'm sorry if I'm being too obsessive with the doors on this last months, but the doors have a lot of stuff inside, inside them, so I have lots of videos to do on that. So I am to do a window regulator video today. How to maintain, how to diagnose, how to replace your window regulator. In the last video for the door, next week, will be for the noises. That stuff that I'm doing on here. How to remove noises on the doors, on the inside of the car, and so on. This video is not just for Alfa Romeos, this video is for all makes and models. It's almost the same thing on all cars for the window regulators, for the diagnosis, for the problem solving, replacement and whatever. So stay tuned. If you have a Volkswagen Group car, an Audi, Seat, Volkswagen, it is not that easy. If you want to replace your window regulator on the Audi A6, A4, A3, on the Touareg, on so many cars, you have to take out the door. You don't have to, but it's easier to take out of the car. Take out the window arch and do the job with lots and lots of patience. Yes, it is really a hard job to do. But now, why should you want to do maintenance on your window regulator on your car, whatever the car that you have? It is because if you have, like this, a car that has electric windows on the back side of the car, they are not used very often, okay, and they become a little bit stuck. They may become with some corrosion and rust on the cables, on the regulator itself, and so on. But also you can have some other problems with the window runners so you have this place where the window travels, okay, and that continues all the way to the half of the door, kind of, okay, like this. If you have a lot of corrosion, that runners can become rusty and squeeze the window itself, the glass itself. So it becomes, the window becomes stuck, okay, and then the regulator has to work harder and it will burn out. So let's do some testings to see if the problem is on the runners. I think I am saying the right word here. You can correct me on the comments below, and see if the problem is with the runners, if it is on the regulator itself. The thing is, this window regulator, it is a bit slow. So you want to have your car running, or you want to have a device to keep the tension of your battery high, because you are running here your electrical consumptions and you don't want to kill your battery. As you may know, the batteries of the Alfas, multi-jet and GTD engines have to have a really good, powerful battery. So that yellow thing over there, sometimes you have a watch here to actually reach the hook for the window, for the glass. On this case, it is not aligned, so we will push the window down, all the way down, like this, and actually access through this bottom side here and take out the hook. The idea is to take out the hook and take out the window from the regulator. So to take out this bracket here, it's no big deal. Just one thing here, this cable here, when you encounter these types of fittings, do not just rip it off. It has a tab over there and another one over there, and you just squeeze them together with different pliers than I have here. Actually, it is on this way. And here you go, not broken. So remove your bottom nut. Do not drop the nut. Remove your 2 screws. They are not the same as the ones on the door strap. They are similar, but they are not equal. Notice the head is much smaller. Okay. So a quick tip here is to leave your nut over there, leave your screws over here. So I just have access to my my hook, and I just want to pull it down like this. And normally it is not broken, but even if it is, no problem. It's no problem at all. So at this stage you have your glass, your window glass. It's completely free from your window regulator. What you have here is a hole on the window, on the glass, that has a small shaft that you unhook your hook. So now that you don't have your hook, you can push out your glass and reach it with your hand and pull up the glass, and like so. Okay. You now just want to pull up on the glass. If you want, you can reach it down on the holes of the door to push it up. That's good enough, okay? And now with your tape, you can use duct tape, for example, or this one, or whatever you want to use. As long as it is on there, it will not fall out. Now you want to concentrate yourself on this plug over here. If you really check it out, you must see, as I told you on the video of the water leakages, you know that water is always on this side of the door. If you don't have that blue or whatever color that you may have on the plug over here, you will have water directly inside of the regulator motor. This sealant here is very important, but also those inside ones as well, those green ones, or whatever color do you have on your wires. Another thing that you have to consider, it is really very crucial. If you have water entering through this side or this side, it is the same. The problem is the same. Not only you have a bad regulator motor, you also will have water and corrosion entering through the pins, through the wires, and the entire wiring loom will be affected by this problem, just because you don't have that little sealant over there, or those two sealers over there. Normally that happens when you replace your regulator motor with those aftermarket ones, and you have to cut your plug and put a new plug in, and the new plugs may be a little bit lower quality, and you have that problem. The place where you mended the wire may be a bit exposed to the water, and then you have a problem with infecting the wires through to this side and to that side and through the inside of your motor. Next, take out your nuts. These two are for the regulator itself. These three are for the window motor assembly. The nuts are all the same, all 5 of those, 3 plus 2, and they are equal to those that stay on here to assembly the door, the door handle, okay? Now to take out the regulator, it is not difficult at all. Just want to push out the regulator itself. Sometimes it may be stuck behind the window, the glass, and you have to be careful to try to take it out. Okay, and this side the same story. And now we're going to pull it through the bottom hole over there. So right away, careful with this wiring loom. Try not to damage anything. As you have these cables, you are able to squeeze down a bit, quite a bit, the assembly, and thus take it all off. Be careful not to tear apart your white insulating foam. Again, be careful with the loom, and it is out. Now, as I said, the window travels through those channels all the way up and down, and this one ends over here. You want to check if your channels are not degrading and they are not rotting, because if they do so, they can squeeze onto your glass. On that side, do the same thing. Try to see if everything is okay. In my door, it is everything okay. So we will test the window itself, the glass itself, to see if the glass goes up and down as it should be without the window regulator. So now you have your window and you want to test if your glass does not have too much play from one side to another. Now, why is that important? On some doors, on the case of this door, this window regulator is composed by just one central lifter. And actually, it is like this, but does not matter. The problem is, if you have just one lifter, on some doors, bigger doors, you have two lifters, one on this side, another on this side as well. The problem of having just one lifter, your glass must not have too much play or not play enough. So as I said, on the channels that the window has to travel, it should not have too much grabbing force on the channels itself, but also it must not have too much play, because if you are to the window is going down, okay, is going down just perfect. As you want to raise the window, if it just does like this, it will catch up on that channel over there, and it becomes really difficult to get him up like this. So the channel over there actually has a tune to it. You can tune the position of the lower channel in order to take out the play of the window, of the glass. So here on the regulator, you want to do is to take out these 4 screws and then hold back the assembly without the screws, because the center wheel can come off. Now, can you see the difference between these 2 springs over here? What you should not do is what I did. I did roll the window all the way down, but now my spring is stressed over there. You should raise the window a little bit up after you remove the glass, for example. But if this happens, no, don't worry. You can still work with this and take out this mechanism here. Now, you want to be very careful, because the wheel, the white wheel that you have inside there, has to stay attached to the cable. So as you are removing the engine, the motor up, make sure the white, or whatever color it may have, thing with the wire spool into it must stay in there, okay? If it does not, you will have really a lot of trouble trying to wind them up again, but it is possible, okay? Now it is a bit more difficult because, okay, look at that, it is rotating because of the force that I applied when rolling the window all the way down. And be gentle, bit more force over here, I think. Better screwdriver. Trying to, okay, it's out. Now be careful with this. Look at this. If it does come off, it will be really sucks, okay? And now you can see, as I am pulling on this elevator here, on the yellow part, this is actually rotating, okay? And I can see down there, the cable is very much rusted all the way, almost on the point of breaking at any moment. So what is the maintenance that you have to do here? You have to obviously lubricate this part here, because it has a lot of interference over here. You have to lubricate this spool over here. You have to lubricate this part, this traveling part over here. But the cable, it is also important to lubricate, not just for facilitating the travel of the cable, but to protect the inside of the cable, because that is the main thing, that is the main problem on this cable style regulators. The cable always snaps, and it snaps because it is rusty, because as you know, water is always, water from the rain, water from the car wash, whatever water may be, always traveling down, up and down the cables. So let's do a bit of cleaning here. Let's do a lubrication on this system. And you always have to use synthetic grease, because we are dealing with plastic and rubber parts. So you really have to use synthetic grease. Here you have it, all cleaned up, all lubed up with fresh lube. Here on this assembly, you may notice that the cable passes through an open channel, and this channel is constantly being wet by the water from the rain and for the car washes and whatever. And you should use lots of grease to close up this channel, at least for the first few months of usage, so the water can actually repel from this area. Is important for the lifespan of the cables. In here I just want to show you this. This is the clip that we took out from the window, from the glass. This part here actually stays in contact with the glass. It has to have this rubber foam thing, and then you put your glass onto this round part and then clip back together with this clip. Normally the clip is attached to this part, but if it is broken, there is no problem at all. So here it is, the channel of the glass. This channel way is made from plastic, so it will not rotten, okay? Like it may happen on other cars. So this is the channel that has a tune. So this bolt over here on top goes onto that hole inside the door. And the bottom one, do you remember on the video that I did about the door strap, you have a third screw or bolt inside there. It is this same screw. So in order to tune the position of your glass, you have to unscrew both bolts and adjust the position of this channel way. Now you want to handle your glass with your hand, not with the motor, not with the regulator, to see if the glass is too tight or not. If it is too tight, you must back up a little bit your channel way, but you have to manipulate your glass through the hole or the area of the hole, because if you grab it on one side, obviously the window will jam up on one position and will be difficult to manipulate the glass. So now I lower the window all the way down, and as you can see, the bolt, it is not screwed down, okay? The bolt can travel back and forward. That's because the glass is curved, and as it goes down, as the glass goes down, it may want to kick to the inside or to the outside, if I can say so. So as the glass is traveling up and down, the curve of the glass has to be perfect. So you have your channel way, and you can actually tune the position where the glass actually kicks in or out. It is very similar to the glasses that don't have, to the doors that don't have the arch for the glass, and you actually can adjust the kick in or out of the glass. So in this case, we have to tune the kick in or out of the glass. It will also present a prison if you don't tune that correctly. And up here, you can tune the position to the channel way to be more to the inside of the door or to the outside. So it is a very cool feature and a very cool tune that we can do on these doors. So the position of the glass is perfect. You should really let the window go down, the glass go down, and then tune your channel way. It will want to go exactly on place because it is the most comfortable position that it has. So to assemble here the regulator, it is not difficult, but I am trying to do this with just one hand because I have no space because of the camera. Okay. Try to see if the top part of the regulator, try to feel if this top side of the regulator passes in between the glass and the sheet metal over here, because there is a fine distance between the glass and the inside of the door, and you will want to do this right. If you are dealing with problems with doing so, make sure that the glass is not touching your window regulator or in the way of it. The thing is, when I was going up and down with the elevator of the regulator, the elevator stayed on the upper position, and now I don't have space in between the glass and the sheet metal and the regulator. So I have to make it go down all the way, or almost all the way down, to be able to assemble this. About this plastic over here, this is not something that I made up just because. The intention is to take out the water from your motor. That is a real issue here. My motor actually had burned out at some point, and I did do that isolating tape, that electrician tape that you saw over here, because once I had a recall for a PSA model car that mandated to do a self-gluing foam around the motor to keep the water from going into the motor. That recall was not very successful because, as you may understand, the foam actually came out after a few months and the water still comes into the motor. So we came up with this solution, and the solution is to have a plastic bag open on one end. So if some water still enters the plastic from above, you still have a way to leave the cavity. So you really want to isolate this part of the assembly of the motor, leaving room to pass your plug and from some water and condensation to actually escape this environment. So plug it in. Now let's lower the glass. Already lowered my elevator. The glass is lowering. I'm holding the glass on top. Can you see the hole on the glass? Now you want to push the glass out, like so, and push it down. If it is really difficult, try to do it in another position, up or down on your car, on your window. But as you can see, it does enter. And now you can pull towards you and put from behind your clip. Okay, it's clipped on. Work it out once or twice to see if it is linear. Okay, down is always down, okay. And up is, it's good enough, okay. This window regulator is still from factory. It will never be as strong as a new regulator, but I think the transition between the main channelway here and the second channelway, it is very smooth on the way up. So perfect, I say. It is perfect. Okay. It closes down all the way up. That is good as well. And that is it, guys. To assemble the rest of the door, yeah, I have a bunch of videos to the door panel, to the door strap, to many things. I will leave those videos on the description below so you can see better what you need. For the window switch itself, yeah, I also have videos for that, because if the window switch is the contacts inside are a bit burned out, the window can never go up as it should. So I already did my maintenance on my buttons for the window regulators. So this job, I think, is a job well done. Finally, everything is back together, complete. All the things, the main plug for the door, the window regulator switch is operational, is good. The maintenance is done. And my window regulator itself, as you just saw, is also maintained for another 5 to 10 years, I say. Unless it breaks first. If it does, I have to do some more work. On the next video, the last video for the doors, I will deal with these noise things that I have here to eliminate noises for the inside of your car. It can be very annoying to be driving along and hearing that constant noise that you don't know where it comes from. And sometimes it's those simple things that you can do on the weekend or so that really make or break the driving experience. Guys, I really hope you like this channel. I really hope you can consider subscribe. share with your friends, and hit the like button. See you next time, guys. Bye.